Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for coming back. So today we're making arroz con gandules, and it's one of the best recipes that you could ever learn to make. It's basically a meal in one, especially if you put meat in there. This is one of those recipes that took me a long time to learn. I don't know if you've ever been a part of one of those experiments that they ask you like, how do you make your rice? Because if you ask people, how do you make your rice? Everyone makes it so different. And so I grew up making my rice one specific way. So unlearning that way and then relearning how Puerto Ricans make their arroz con gandules was so hard for me. Literally, my husband and I have been married for almost 10 years, and I finally, to be honest, this was the first time I made a pot of arroz con gandules that didn't come out like super smushy. It didn't come out hard, because that's happened to me before too, like crunchy hard. And it was actually really good, and the kids liked it too. So this time around I did put in some ham, and remember, you can do the same thing too, like if you have a leftover ham.
Sorry about the interruption. There was some drama about a squishy toy. So back to the program.
So anyways, this is definitely one that I would highly recommend persevering through and learning how to make it, because it's so very good. If you want to see more content like this, please let me know. If you'd like to see something a little bit different, I'm really ready to start branching out and trying something new. Actually, my upcoming video is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be a haul, clothing haul. So stick around, like and subscribe for my channel, and see what I have coming up next. I hope you enjoy the video.
Okay guys, so I'm using my new Caraway Dupe pan, my Sam's brand pan from my arroz con gandules. This is the big deep pan that I showed you guys in the video below. I'll link it here in the little card. But I used it for my rice, and man, was it amazing. I don't know, maybe it is something that had to do with the way my rice came out, but dude, you'll see. So just know you can put as many olives as you want into your arroz con gandules. If you're not a big olive fan, you don't have to put it in there, but my family loves them, so I just put heaping mounds. So one of the biggest things that you want to do when you're making this rice is you want to make sure that everything just simmers nice and good together. So everything that I use when I'm making my arroz con gandules, or when I make my sofrito, because you'll see I'll use it here, I don't go like above and beyond for things. I use what's like readily available at your local store. So if you go down to the Hispanic aisle, you'll find the olives, you'll find the SAZON. So the SAZON that I'm using is the SAZON con ACHIOTE and culantro. And you'll see there's usually 2 boxes, and just use the one that says con ACHIOTE. I always learned growing up that the ACHIOTE is only the orange coloring, but they do, I guess, taste the same. I don't know, maybe I'll have to try something, but get the one with ACHIOTE and use 2 packets. And ladies and gents, here is my sofrito. Here in the card above, I'll go ahead and link if you need to learn how to make sofrito, or if you need to make your own batch. I have a video for that, so use about a cup for your rice. This is where your house will start smelling like grandma's house. So once that sazon and the sofrito start melding together in this deliciousness, I just let it heat and I let it simmer, and my gosh, your house smells like you went into a Puerto Rican grandma's house and you're about to live your best life with the most delicious food in the entire world. As you can see, I have my El Jibarito. Those are my gandules. You don't have to get this brand. Use whatever gandules you can find. Usually it's a Goya brand, and if you don't find a Goya brand and you're just looking for gandules, gandules are called pigeon peas in English. It doesn't matter if you use green or brown, they both work. So do it. Just grab it and drain it and then put it right in. Remember that one time in 2020 when people started trying to ban Goya? Yeah, that was never gonna happen in a Hispanic household. Any Latino uses Goya brands. So were we gonna get rid of it? No. Go ahead and add your rice. So remember I told you I made a lot of this arroz con gandules. I really wanted it to last and use it for a couple of meals, which I did. So you can always cut down your portions. And I'll link the website that I usually use to make any kind of Puerto Rican dish below so that you can see their original measurements. Remember how I was talking about how everybody makes the rice different? Yeah, this right here was so stressful to me because I never messed with my rice. Like, I put water in it, I don't mix it, and I leave it alone. And I put the top on it. That's how I learned. But this recipe calls for mixing it around and not putting the lid right on top of it. The water is barely, there's no measurement. It's just like, oh, just put enough water to cover your rice, nothing more. And then they're like, and just let it like soak up. So I'm like, how do I do this? But anyway, I made it. I went ahead and I put all the ham meat that I had left over in it. And this was like a first time try for me. I've never done this before. So I just cubed it. I would probably go back and make it a little smaller. It was good for me and my husband, but my kids needed the meat a little bit smaller. And then they mix it again. Yeah, I know. So it freaked me out, but I did it anyways, and I'm glad I did. Alright, so once you did that last mix, so you gotta just cover it, put it on low, and wait about 30 minutes, and voila! It was nice and cooked. I mean, I was surprised, I was impressed, and I was happy. We were all happy. So it came out perfect. I was so stoked. If you're anything like me and you want arroz con gandules, make it. Try the recipe below, and I'll see you in my next video.